And so one of the things that I would say about CrossFit, there's good and bad CrossFit, just like there's good and bad weightlifting. There are good CrossFit coaches and there are not so good CrossFit coaches. But if we look at the principles, right? Even CrossFit's main site, if you take their cycle of when they say you do certain exercises, it has a periodized construct to it. It is a form of almost emphasis periodization where you have different things emphasized during different periods of time. I took a deep dive into Matt Frazier and how he trained, and I would argue that he probably trains the best scientifically that I could tell. From what I don't know everybody, so I can't speak to everybody, but out of what I could get my hands on. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I like about the way he approaches it is he does a lot of relative stuff. So like if you're doing an AMRAP with, let's say you got power cleans in your AMRAP, it's relative to your capacity.
Right.
Not just an arbitrary absolute load that could be above your maximum, And I think that's an interesting thing. But if we think about it as a concurrent training problem, think about concurrent training. So if strength is our major domain that we want to maintain, it should be first. Cardio should be last. And that's the model that he follows. So if you look at the structure of his programs, you have what he calls a buy-in, which I'm just going to call a warm-up. And then you've got your strength element. Then you have an anaerobic element, which is usually some sort of EMOM or AMRAP. And then you have a cardio element, and then you have assistance exercise. How is that much different than what I might do with a rugby player? And so also I noticed with his programming, he has phases where strength is the major target and the other stuff is maintained. And so it's a periodization problem, but it's a concurrent training problem.